Friday, friends and politicians gather to pay respects to the late former finance minister Jim Flaherty.
And over 280 people are still missing after a South Korean ferry capsizes. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Wednesday, April 16th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Darren O'Malley. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Jake Cordepat. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Darren has our top story.
Former Finance Minister Jim Flaherty will be laid to rest today. A state funeral for Flaherty is just beginning now at St. James Cathedral in downtown Toronto. The coffin is draped with the Canadian flag, and RCMP members are acting as pallbearers. Hundreds of dignitaries and citizens lined up to pay their respects to Flaherty yesterday at the Ability Centre in Whitby. Flaherty died suddenly of a reported heart attack in Ottawa last week, less than a month after resigning from cabinet. Road closures in the downtown area began early this morning because of the funeral. The closure perimeters are Adelaide, King, Jarvis, and Church Streets. The streets will reopen following the proceedings.
Police have charged a 19-year-old man from London, Ontario in connection with the breach from the Canada Revenue Agency. The RCMP say Stephen Arthuro Solisarez was arrested at his home yesterday. He is charged with unauthorized use of a computer and mischief in relation to data. The CRA was forced to shut down its website earlier this week after being affected by the Heartbleed computer bug, which is an internet security vulnerability comprising of 900 social insurance numbers. The Mounties say they asked the CRA not to tell the public about the breach so they could look into a viable lead. That delay allowed police to pursue their investigation through the weekend, which helped track down the suspect.
Olivia Chow is leading the way in a second mayoral election poll. Results show Chow has the most support with 34%. Mayor Rob Ford follows Chow with 27%, and John Tory is just under the two at 24%. Although Ford is following Olivia Chow in the recent poll, nearly 50% of respondents say they would never vote for him. The last public poll, which was conducted on March 27th, showed Chow and Ford in a statistical tie.
A new study says university students are working twice as long to earn their tuition as opposed to their 1972 counterparts. Andrea Fernandez has more on the story.
Students don't have it as easy as their parents once did when it comes to paying off tuition. A new study says university students are working twice as long to afford school and pay off their debts. On average, university students in Ontario have to work 18 weeks at a minimum wage job to pay off just 1 year of tuition. Christine Calissimo, a career advisor at Humber College, says it is tougher, but that students need to create a work-life balance.
Live by an agenda, live by setting goals and achieving them. Don't set your goals too high. Don't work more than 24 hours a week.
Some students here at Humber College even find themselves working on campus to make ends meet. Mo Ilmai, a civil engineering student, finds himself working on campus at the Career Center to make ends meet.
This is basically a really good job for students because they can stay on campus without having them to commute and spend extra time. So when I'm at school, when I'm here, I'm able to focus on work and also be on top of my school.
Nathaniel Brown, a fitness and health student, says if it wasn't for his mother's help, he doesn't know if he could manage on his own.
Like me and my mom have like a little deal going on right now, because I don't make that much money because I only work like weekends. So during the summer I'll save up as much money as I can, and I'll put it towards my tuition, and then she'll pay the remainder.
The study proves that students of this generation have a tougher time and are expected to go to extreme lengths in order to achieve success. Andrea Fernandez, Humber News.
Thanks, Andrea. If you think being in your 20s protects you from a decline in your brain function, think again. It seems decline begins earlier than we thought. That's according to a study performed by Simon Fraser University researchers on video gamers playing the popular game StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is a strategy game played by millions of people worldwide. Over 3,000 gamers between the ages of 16 and 44 were studied. The study measured cognitive motor performance based on how the game was played. It found that age-related brain decline begins at the tender age of 24.
And now with a look at today's technology and business headlines, here's John Mace.
Thanks, guys. Here's a quick business update for you. Giants of the smartphone industry have united with an anti-theft agreement to hopefully cut back on the loss of our beloved gadgets. Starting in July of 2015, phones produced by companies like Apple, Google, and Samsung will have features built in that will prevent the reactivation of a stolen phone. They will also have the ability to remotely wipe the data from your cell phone. Not in the packed BlackBerry, but they're making headlines today. CEO John Chen has made an acquisition that many experts are calling the company's first good idea in years. Chen announced that they have acquired minority stake in Nant Health, a cancer-focused cloud-based platform for healthcare providers. The two companies are working on a smartphone-like device made to view CAT scans. This move comes after a very unsuccessful run of the BlackBerry 10. YouTube has announced big plans to turn its stars into real celebrities. CEO Susan Wojcicki says the Google-owned company will spring for billboards, subway ads, and local TV spots to promote their elite artists. The pioneering ad campaigns will feature beauty video creators Michelle Phan and Bethany Mota, who boast over 13 million subscribers. This is an attempt to bring even more fame to their do-it-yourselfers. And finally, it's Miller time. Trouble is brewing between beer giants Miller and Molson Coors. They're not seeing eye to eye over the distribution of Miller products in Canada. Currently, Molson Coors holds all distribution rights of Miller Lite and Miller Genuine Draft, and Miller wants it back. Settlement talks have fallen through between the two companies, so next on tap, a court appearance between the Sudsy syndicates. I'm John Mace, now back to the studio.
Thanks, John. When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Mark McKelvey will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Justin Vasco.
Don't let this bit of winter deja vu get you down. There's warmer weather on the horizon. I've got your 5-day weather forecast after the break.